Hello, darlings. We are back with another episode of Brit Says I Am Back. I'm alone in my flesh with another episode. No guests. Not feeling lonely. Missing my Keisha, my Michelle. But we'll have another guest soon. And we're coming to talk about a topic. And it's called Health is Wealth. Now, don't get it twisted. If you came here looking for, a way to lose weight, lose 20 pounds in 14 days, you got the wrong video. You could click it out. But you should stay and listen. This episode really is more so about that transition of, becoming an adult. Like, remember your parents used to take you to the doctor when you was younger. And then one day, when you was like 18, 19, or 20, whatever age, you was like, yo, I'm not feeling well. Or, yo, I need to go to the doctor. And you was just like, where do I start? That's kind of what this is about. And we talk about, just that transition of just having to go to the doctor alone. And just so many things I learned just adulting, like in general. So let's get into it. I know a lot of you have definitely going through this. So in an article called Millennials Ditching the Doctor, What's at Stake? Written by Janelle Burrow. So it says more and more millennials are ditching the doctor and many don't even have a primary care physician according to a survey by the Kaiser Family Foundation. Some doctors say this could lead to people overlooking serious health issues. Dr. Nikit Sanpal, adjunct assistant professor at Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine, joined CBSN New York, Janelle Burrow, to explain what's behind the health trend. I think there's a few reasons. The primary one happens to be access to care, he said. We found that millennials tend to want to have access to care right away, which is very true. They want it immediately and they want to be able to see a doctor quickly. When they feel well, they don't want to go to the doctors. And they don't. He continued. So then when they feel unwell, they're like, I want to see a doctor right away and not wait for weeks for an appointment. So what are the dangers of skipping the doctor's office and opting for urgent care instead? The big one that we're worried about now, and I think it's a big global health crisis, is not getting the vaccinations on time. So with that being said, I definitely could see the pros and cons. They talk about basically how like a lot of millennials, a lot of people now in general don't have like a primary care physician. Like, how like you have that same doctor you go to every checkup. Like they don't do that. Millennials, like, it's either I'm feeling sick or I'm feeling good. And the only time I want to go to the doctor is when I'm feeling sick. They don't do yearly checkups. And that's a little bit tricky, for me. I feel like, for me, I think as a female, you should definitely be going to the doctor once a year, once every 6 months, just checking in even when you do feel well, because you never know, something might be done popped off. But I definitely do see the pros and the cons of urgent care. Like, number one, if you do have health insurance, urgent care is like $25 copay. If you was to ever want to go to the emergency room, it's like $250, just to do that. And yeah, like that wait is mad annoying. Like, I'll call my doctor's office. I'm like, oh, I want to schedule an appointment. It's just a regular annual checkup. We are booked until, so right now we're in March for right now, even though you've seen this episode in April. They'll be like, oh, you can't get an appointment till November. What are you even talking about right now? Like, dead serious. Or like you'll be dealing with something and then you'll call your doctor's office and they're like, oh, we can't see you. It's not urgent. So it's like, I definitely see the pros and the cons and why, like, money's, like, we don't have time. Like, you're not about to tell me, I'm telling you I don't feel good, and you tell me I gotta wait 3 weeks to find out what the issue is. Like, what if I'm about to die? Like, I just don't get, and then they don't even want to recommend you to go to urgent care. They want you to see your doctor. So y'all all mad flip-floppy, and it's just like, come on, like, dead serious. So for me, I go to the doctor once a year. Um, I rarely get sick. I deal with more so like I deal with more so like allergies, like little nonsensical things. I rarely, really, 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 rarely ever get sick. Um, and that's just for me. But I do realize, how important it is to go to the doctor. I realized I had so many little problems as I got older that my parents did not take care of. I wonder if any of y'all can relate. Definitely write a review, write a comment. For instance, I do have braces. You can't really tell because the top is ceramic, but yeah, I had a few issues with my teeth when I was on the journey of looking for braces. I have had overjet, something I didn't understand about. I had cavities, all these other little dramas because I rarely went to the dentist. When I tell you I rarely went to the dentist, I remember my parents taking me to the dentist like 1 or 2 times, like straight up. My eyes were bad. I even squint now, like when I'm like looking at stuff. I have glasses, I just don't really wear them, but I'm trying to get back into the habit of like wearing glasses. But my eyes are bad, and the eye doctor told me like these are things that you should have checked up on when you were younger, and I'm like, don't get mad at me. You gotta take that up with my parents, cause that don't got nothing to do with me. But I mean, now I gotta deal with it, so many things like. And I remember when, the first time I really wanted to go, I wanted to go to the dentist. I don't remember why, but I wanted to go to the dentist. And I remember one time I went to go to the doctor. And it was, all right, it was like when I like just came out of college, right? So you know how like when you go to college, you think as soon as you get out, your whole 4 years while you in college, you think as soon as you get out, you're going to have this popping job, you're going to have wild money, you're going to be that bitch, and then you're not. So I just came home and I was like not working. I wasn't doing anything. And I was like dealing with stress. And this is before like mental health was a thing. Now mental health was like this big thing. So you don't really know you're dealing with anxiety and stress. So I was dealing with like stomach aches and just like headaches. And I was like, I'm sick. I didn't think I was stressed. I thought I was sick. So, I tried to go to the doctor several times and it was like, you got health insurance? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, all right, what's your member ID? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what these things are. Like, I didn't have a health insurance card. I didn't know my health insurance. So now I'm like, everywhere I go, they're turning me away because I don't have health insurance. I heard allegedly that's illegal, but those are just like one of the first things I'm realizing. It's like, okay, I have headaches, I have stomach pains, and nobody wants to see me. So that was like a big concern for me. So now I'm like telling my mother, like, yo, I need a health insurance card. Like, where's my health insurance? And I had to go to my father. It was just like ridiculous. Like I just remember you never knew all these things was happening. You knew like when you was a kid, you went to the doctor, you sat down in the lobby, your mother went to the front desk or something, and that was it. You just knew that you saw a doctor. You didn't know that you had to do this health insurance, they want me to fill out paperwork. It was just like crazy. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get health insurance. Then I remember I wanted to go to the dentist to get a cleaning because I heard I was supposed to get one every 6 months. So, I'm like, all right, I'm about to pop up at the dentist, find one near me or whatever. They was like, do you have dental insurance? I'm like, yo, I just got the health. Now I got to get the dental. Like, this is becoming too much. Like, it's just so stressful. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get dental insurance. I need health insurance. It's like crazy. And then you gotta like find doctors in your network or out your network. It's a lot. So even this alone is another reason why I could see why somebody would just want to go straight to urgent care, even though you need, in some ways, health insurance for urgent care. But I mean, just that transition to, becoming an adult and having to go to the doctor, schedule your own doctor's appointment is like I think really a big transition and something you're not really knowledgeable of. Like, I know some people who still make their, parents schedule their doctor's appointments because they just don't want to deal with the headache and they don't get it all. And it is hard to understand because I'm like, why you keep talking about this health insurance? I told you I got health insurance. I figured I have it. Like, one time I was like, yeah, I have it. All right, what's your member ID? I'm like, you can't look that up in the system. Apparently, you got to go, like, it ain't that easy. So, those are kind of those like real transitions that you kind of go through with the doctor and just everything. And then like even sometimes I feel like, are they really helping me? Like we are living in this era where we just Google everything, and then when you Google it, they tell you got cancer, and that's what really make you want to go to the doctor or whatever. But I definitely Google every freaking thing, and I'm not gonna hold you. It helps sometimes. Lately, it's helped. Back in the day, when you would Google stuff, they would just tell you had cancer. But I feel like lately, the internet has become very progressive. Like something happened to me like recently, and I Googled it, and I had no knowledge of it. I had never heard of it, but I knew like this might be what I had, and that actually was what was wrong with me. It's a lot of good stuff on the internet. I do think that some people try to use the internet over a doctor's office, and that's a slippery slope. Like for instance, I went to the eye doctor. I have like one bad eye, and I knew I did. I always noticed it when I was young. And I was just looking up, like, how can I fix it and things like that. And, you know, they told me how I could fix it. But I was like, let me go to the eye doctor just so they could help me and whatever the case would be. I ended up with a $200 bill for just getting some water squirted into my eye. She ain't do much. She was not helpful. She was just like, there's nothing wrong with you. Your eyes are fine. And we could talk about that, too. I noticed that, like, I heard, like, you know, when Black women go to the doctor, they don't take us seriously when we say something's wrong with us. And I definitely seen that growing up. Like, I'm telling you, something's wrong with my eye. I knew that I had bad eyes. I don't go to the eye doctor. But it was just like a couple of things that was actually going on at work. Like, I would see like a 2 and it would be a 4. Like, it happened like 3 times. And I was like, girl, you gotta go get you an eye exam. And you gotta go get you some glasses because your eyes is washed up, sis. Like, dead serious. But then when I went to this eye doctor and she was just like not taking me seriously, like, you can see you're fine. I get it. I look young and well, I'm young. We can talk about young. And you know, I'm going to the doctor. I'm not coming to the doctor to look professional. Like, it's so unfortunate that as being a Black person, you gotta look professional for everything. Like, I can't go to the damn doctor in some freaking jeans and a t-shirt without not being and just because I'm in a jeans and a t-shirt and I'm a Black young woman, I'm not gonna be respected at the doctor. The doctor's office is something serious. Like, nobody takes you serious. Like, I remember I was going through something. I'm like, yo, I think this is happening to me, and they like, no, you're fine. And I ended up having to go to the emergency room just to get the attention that I really needed. Like, I feel like going to the emergency room is the extreme of the extreme. Though I did have to go to the emergency room regardless. I was going to end up having to go there regardless. But it just goes to show, like, how differently, when you are a Black woman, you are treated differently. And I think maybe even, too, being young. Like, I feel like if you see a young girl coming into the office, you think she a joke, like she think like going to the doctor's a joke. Like, it's not a joke. Like, I'm here because something's real life wrong with me, or I don't feel well. Like, I'm not. Who wants to go to the doctor for fun? Like, nobody wants to go to the doctor for fun. I don't know nobody like that. Me, I definitely would prefer not to go to the doctor. That's why I go once a year. And I try to stay up on my health. I try to avoid getting sick. As soon as I feel a grog in my throat, I'm drinking tea. I'm sipping some tea. I'm taking some mint. I'm doing something. I don't know. But I can't afford to get sick. I'm not the sick type. I hate needles. I can't. Like, I really can't. So, yeah, but back to the topic. Like, do doctors really help? I feel like in some ways they could be helpful. Like, I am helpful. I feel like dentists are kind of helpful. Like, since I got braces, my orthodontist has educated me on, like, little things about my teeth. I educated myself, too. Like, when I was on the journey of getting braces, I learned so much about teeth and all this stuff. But, like, my orthodontist was very helpful with me. I think too, you know, considering that millennials is really talking about not getting a primary physician, people really need to be more respectful to us when we walk in the office, because before I got braces, when I found out they were expensive, I was like, I'm gonna just get the best of the best, because I knew that my dental insurance was only gonna cover a certain amount. So I was like, might as well go find me, you know, the best orthodontist to go do my braces for me. So I went into different offices and I asked different questions, and I just heeded to who was the most respectful to me, and obviously who was the most educated and seemed the most serious about it. And my orthodontist, he was knowledgeable. He seemed serious. And when I walked in there, I didn't feel different. I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel disrespected. I didn't feel like people were treating me differently. And I remember walking into other offices and just feeling like that energy wasn't there. Like, I felt like people wasn't taking me seriously. I feel like, because braces are really expensive, especially the ones I wanted, they was like, this girl, she not about to pay for this black girl. Like, she don't got no money, blah, 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 and I don't. But I was willing to pay for it monthly because that was something I wanted, you know. But when I walked in there, he kind of taught me, like, all right, with your teeth, this is what we would do. This is how it would be done. He taught me about the brackets that I was getting and the options. And like I said, I felt like he was taking me seriously. And, you know, I went other places and I wasn't taken seriously. So that's something I definitely see, you know, with health and just, you know, going to the doctor and being older. And it's just something we have to, you know, do. Yeah. And have I had bad medical experiences? I don't really my only most recent bad experiences when I went to the eye doctor and sis told me my eyes were good and my eyes are washed up. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, first of all, oh my god, I went to get an eye exam at, you know, like an eyeglass shop, and he checked my eyes and he was like, yeah, you need glasses and you need to go to an ophthalmologist. Like, he said he said, yeah, one of my eyes are good, really good, and the other one is really bad. And he was like, you have to go to an ophthalmologist. They can help you more with your situation. I go to the ophthalmologist tell me to go get an eye exam. I said, what they paying you to do? And I got a $200 bill for nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, so you want me to go back and get another eye exam? Like, she wasn't taking me seriously. Like, my eyes were washed up. Like one of my eyes are really bad. So, like, I feel like that was a bad medical experience. I remember when the situation where, like I said, my stomach was really, like, hurting. I went to this doctor and she just wasn't taking me. She was being mean. Like, she was just like, you girls come in here. Like, she was acting like I was pregnant or something. I wasn't even pregnant. I was just freaking stressed out and I didn't know because, like I said, mental health wasn't this big thing. Like, before, you never knew that certain things correlated with stress. But now that, like, mental health is such a big thing and people, like, kind of educate you on anxiety and stress, I was like, oh, I was just stressed out. I'll be fine. Like, yeah, it gradually went away when I got a job and started being a little more active. That issue went away. So, yeah, I could see how yeah, that would be my most recent bad experience was definitely the eye doctor for me. And you know, like I said, will it be change, you know, for the future in going to the doctor and millennials? For me, or when we have kids, for me, when I have a kid, my kids is going to the doctor very often because I see how my parents always bring me to the doctor because when you're a kid, you have to go to the doctor or to go to school. You got to get certain shots and stuff. But, you know, like, it's like they didn't really take me to the dentist, and I see how that has impacted me now. You know, my kids are definitely going to the doctor. They're going to get their constant checkups. For me, I'm going to continue to go to the doctor once a year. I will have a primary care physician. If I get really sick, I will be going to urgent care though. Like, if I don't feel well and my doctor's, because my doctor's office always be like, oh, you can come in 2 months. I'm like, I just told you I don't feel well. Like, so I'll definitely go to urgent care for that. And I also read something about how, like, people are opting out on health insurance. You better have the bread to opt out on health insurance, boo. Like, dead serious. Because I'll look at, like, a bill that I get and I didn't do much. Like, for instance, like I said with the eye doctor, I didn't do much in there. All they did was squirt some water in my eye, dilated my eyes a little bit. How much my bill, I paid $200, but how much my bill would have been had I not had health insurance would have been nuts. So I feel like not to have health insurance, you gotta actually be super duper 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 healthy, or you just gotta be the type of person that got bread. Because that's what it was really saying, was like, if you're the type of person who save a lot, they said a lot of people opt out of not getting health insurance, and it does eat out your check. I'll be open with you guys. My health insurance is $72 from my job. I got the middle one because I'm extra as hell. And I feel like, $72, that's basically $100 when you round it off. And I could see how some people feel like they might need that $72. And that's every 2 weeks. So technically it's $140 for no. Sorry. Wait. Is it $72? Yeah, that's basically $140 every month. So I could definitely see how somebody might need $140 every month. And if you don't get sick like that, maybe you won't need it. But I could definitely see how I'm happy that I've chose to, get health insurance. A lot of people don't have health insurance and they just go about their day and they live their best life. Like I know people who get toothaches, because you know how you could get a toothache, but eventually, like, the pain will subside, even if the pain subsides in a month, or you just pop some Addies, some Advils, ibuprofen, whatever you want to call it, and that pain will subside eventually. Some people go on with issues and they don't deal with it. They won't go to the doctor because they don't have health insurance. They don't have money to pay for it. They just deal with their health issues. And for me, I can't operate like that. I don't know why. Like, I just don't want nothing to get bigger or huge. Because, like, for instance, a wisdom tooth could get erupted. It could get infected and get in your bloodstream and all this other dramatizations. Or you could really have a stomach ache and you think it's just stomach ache. Now you got a stomach ulcer. Or people just think they know everything. I think you need to touch base with a doctor every once in a while, definitely. Even if you don't want a primary care physician. And for me too, I'm thinking about getting a new one, new primary care physician, because what happened was I basically had two, and I'm out like a few amount of years. The only thing I have that's the same as my GYN. But the reason why I had so many different doctors is because a lot of them left and went to different locations and stuff. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I just want one freaking doctor. And honestly, I just hate going to the doctor. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't see the big deal in having a primary care physician though. I really don't. Like, even some people feel like, oh, you need this is a big comparison, big comparison, small comparison, whatever we want to call it. But like, some people feel like you need to have the same nail technician. You need to have the same eye doctor, the same orthodontist, the same doctor. And I feel like, especially with so much going on in technology and just like everything, you don't need the same doctor all the time. It's good to get a second opinion. It's good to get a third opinion, fourth opinion. And sometimes too, I feel like when you go to the same person over and over again, you ever felt like you giving somebody the same energy all the time, and then they kind of start getting slacky, like that type of thing. Like it's just Brittany. Like, they don't take you as seriously. Then when you go to like a new doctor, because they want you to be their patient, they give you all their undivided attention and all their knowledge and all their energy. That's kind of like the benefits I see of going to a different doctor ever so often. Because they might give you that attention you need that your primary care physician won't, because they're so used to you, if that makes sense. Like, so I feel like, yeah, it's important kind of, every once in a while to, like, get you a doctor's appointment, go to a different doctor, get second opinions, third opinions. Don't always take your doctor's word. Like, for instance, like, I don't know. Like, maybe one doctor might tell you this is wrong with you, but then another doctor might say this is wrong with you. You'd be like, what the hell? Like, I remember one time I had a kidney stone. I be having some dramas, honey. That's why I had to get health insurance. And they found out I had a kidney stone. One doctor told me it was the size of a grape, and then the other doctor told me it was something I could pass. What's good? What's going on? Let's figure it out. Because y'all both don't know what's going on. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, why is there so many opinions? Why is so many ideas floating around? Somebody told me I might need to get surgery. That kidney stone eventually passed. That kidney stone is gone. But you see, some people are in it for money. Like, that's why I believe in second and third opinions. So, what if I would have got surgery for a freaking kidney stone that's not even that big? Can you imagine? Like, so I think it is really important to see different, doctors. And and things like that. One thing I do like about my primary care physician though is that they really, it's annoying as hell, but like they'll tell me something and they'll send me to a professional for it, because a lot of people don't want to deal with that liability, but I enjoy that because like when I had the kidney stone, they could have left it at that. Like, you'll be fine. But she was like, but I'm going to send you to a urologist and things like that. Like, they kind of travel you to somebody bigger, somebody who's dedicated into that field, which I really do enjoy. Yeah. But do I think it's important to be in charge of your health? Definitely. I think that as millennials, as Gen X, whatever generation you are, no matter what generation you are, you need to be in charge of your health. You should be going to the doctor once a year, every 6 months, depending on the type of person you are. I don't think nobody should be skipping out on the doctor, and it's really unfortunate for me to be hearing that millennials are skipping out on the doctor's office. You should definitely be on the doctor, women or men, and men, y'all need to stop not going to the doctor. That's why women live longer than y'all, because y'all don't go to the doctor. I think going to the doctor's office is highly important. Being in charge of your health is extremely important, and I really hope that with this video, you definitely carry your ass to the doctor. The office, I don't care if you don't want a primary care physician, I don't care if you want to switch it up, but I think you should be going, check your eyes, check your knees, check your back, you need to be checking it all, honey. Like, check it all. Some girls, they just focus down here. You just want to go to the GYN and check your vagina. No, sis, you need to check everything. Can you see? Can you smell? Can you hear? Figure it out. Check it out. Learn it all. Is your teeth good? Are you good? Is your mental right? You got to go figure that out. You got to go to the doctor. You got to talk about it. You got to see about it. You can't just be like out here living your life. Because even too, with women, they think because, I go to GYN every once a year, I'm good, I'm STD free. Yeah, you could be STD free, and that's dope as fuck. Like, let's talk about it. But are you good all over? Like, your coom is good, but are you good? Like, we gotta check on these things. Like, people feel like because they do that, they can ignore this. Like, there's so much more to health than the GYN. Like, there's so much more to you than that. Like, your body is consistent of all these bones, these veins. Like, you need to check on everything. Everything. And men, y'all need to check on everything up under the sun and the moon. Because y'all really just a freaking walking disaster when it comes to health. Y'all really don't go to the doctor. And I get it. No, I don't. I take that back. Y'all need to go to the doctor. We all need to make sure that we're making our doctor's appointments. And that's what I want you to get out of this episode. Health is wealth. It's just go to the doctor. And a lot of people too, they feel like just going to the gym and working out is like this big doctor business. Like, no. Just because you go to the gym and you eat healthy, that doesn't mean that you should not be going to the doctor. What is wrong with y'all? At the end of this video, you're going to make a doctor's appointment. Okay? And that closes out episode 5. Be in charge of your health. Health is wealth. Especially when you get older. Follow me on Twitter. Britt Says, with 2 S's. Check the description below. And just thank you for listening. Stay posted. Episode 6 is just creeping up on you. And I will see you guys. How soon? Next week. Deuces.